Okay, I'm going to do last night's homework, which was Classwork 4-5. The directions tell me to translate each of the following phrases into an inequality. Then find the solution set by solving the inequality. I have 4 times a number is decreased by 3. It's at most 21. The first thing I like to do is I like to highlight specific words. 4 times a number I know is just going to be 4n. Is decreased means minus by 3. It's at most 21. I'm going to highlight at most. At most, I know is going to be less than or equal to. So here's my little inequality here. I'm going to do this just like I would do any equation. I'm going to have 4n is less than or equal to 24. Divide both sides by 4. N is less than or equal to 6. In interval notation, I would write it this way. Remember, 6 can be included. When 6 less than 3 times a number, 3 times a number is 3n. 6 less than, put green here, is going to be 3n minus 6. This is going to be increased by 2. It's at least, which means greater than or equal to, 5 times the same number decreased by 8. So I have 3n minus 6 plus 2 greater than or equal to 5n minus 8. I'm going to go a little quick here. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with this. 3n minus 4 is greater than or equal to 5n minus 8. I'm going to get my n's on the same side. So I have negative 4 is greater than or equal to 2n minus 8. I add 8 to both sides. Move this over here. So I have 2n minus 8 is going to be less than or equal to negative 4 plus 8, which is 4. Add 8 to both sides. 2n is less than or equal to 12. We know that n is going to be less than or equal to 6. Find all the numbers such that a third of a number increased by half that number is at least, we know is going to be greater than or equal to, 3 less than the same number. Okay? Find all the numbers, a third of a number. Here we go. 1/3 of x. Increase by 1/2 of a number, of means to multiply, is at least 3 less sorry about that. 3 less is going to be here than the same number. Find all numbers such that a third of a number increased by half that number is at least 3 less than the same number. Well, isn't that going to be x minus 3? Don't let the fractions fool you here. We have 1/3 and 1/2, which we can add together. Another way of doing this is I'm going to multiply everything by 6/1. Because 6/1 is my least common multiple of these numbers. So this is going to give me 6 times 1 is 6, divided by 3 is 2x. 6 times 1 is 6, divided by 2 is 3x. Greater than or equal to 6 times x is 6x minus 18. A little easier to work with these numbers now. 5x is greater than or equal to 6x minus 18. Oh, I already did this earlier. That's why you see the answer. You'll see down here, subtract 6x from both sides. When you divide by -1, you have to flip the sign. So x will be greater than or equal to 18. Oh, now look at this one right here. The sum of two consecutive integers is at most. Well, we got x plus 1 is at most. That means it's going to be less than or equal to the difference between 9 times the smallest, which would be x, and 5 times the largest, which would be x plus 1. Wow, that's a lot of work. 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 9x minus 5x minus 5. 2x plus 1 is less than or equal to 4x minus 5. Get my x's together. I'll just move this over here because I like all my x's on the left. This gives me negative 2x plus 1 is less than or equal to negative 5. And if you look here, I did this earlier, so let me erase these answers here. Minus 1 from both sides, negative 2x less than or equal to negative 6, divide by negative 2. X is greater than or equal to 3. I hope people see that these signs have changed because I'm dividing by a negative number. The sum of two consecutive even integers. Well, we know two consecutive even integers is going to be x plus 2 is at most, that means less than or equal to 7 more, well, isn't that just plus 7? Then half the sum of the next two consecutive even integers. Well, you know what? They're not going to fool me because the next two consecutive integers will be x plus 4 plus x plus 6 is 7 more than half the sum. So I'm just going to divide these. Well, I can add my x's. That's going to be 2x plus 10 divided by 2. So let me just do some cleanup here. 2x plus 2 is less than or equal to, it's going to be x plus 5 plus 7. Man, this is some hard work. I like hard work. Oops, I don't like it when it jungles all over the place like that, though. I don't know why it does that. So I'm going to I'll move this x over. X plus 2 less than or equal to 12. I subtract 2. X is less than or equal to 10. A fish tank can hold at most 315 gallons of water. If a hose is filling up the fish tank at a rate of 15 gallons in 10 minutes, how many hours, not fooling me here because I'm dealing with minutes, I gotta go to hours, can the hose be left on before the tank overflows? Well, if we got 15 gallons in 10 minutes, how many will we have in 60 minutes? Let's make this x. We can cross multiply. 10x is equal to 60 times 15. Just turning on my calculator here. $60 times 15 is 900. So x is going to be 90. That means the same thing. If a hose is filling the fish tank at a rate of 15 gallons every 10 minutes, that means it's filling up 90 gallons per 1 hour. And it can hold at most less than or equal 315 gallons over X. So I'm going to cross multiply here. I will get 90X is less than or equal 315. I take 315, I divide it by 90. I get X is less than or equal to 7 over 2, or X is less than or equal to 3.5, which I think 3.5 is the same thing as saying 3.5 hours. So that tank is going to overflow in 3.5 hours. This is Mr. Espo. I am done. Thank you.